Okay, so now here also, for an example, if I'm purchasing printing and stationery on a credit from any vendor, right? Then what entry will be reflected there?
Purchase account debit to vendor account.
Yes, exactly. So entry will be your stationery account debit to vendor account credit, and this once we have purchased it, and let's say as per the payment terms, we are making payment to this vendor within next 30 days. So here we are making payment in a cash. So what will be the entry over there?
Vendor account debit to cash account.
Vendor debit to cash credit, right? So now if I want to post these transactions, then which all general ledgers do I need here?
Cash and printing and stationery.
Yeah, so let's see under which group we can create our printing and stationery GL here. Yes,
Expenses, other expenses.
expenses, but under which expense?
Uh, Other expenses.
Yes, anyone else? Why we need to create under other expense?
Uh,
Because of the direct expense.
Mm,
Indirect expense.
I mean direct expenses.
so everyone is okay to create under other expense, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Stationery is used for what purpose? Stationery stuff. It will be used for a routine, right? For day to day operating like day to day activities.
yeah, yes.
So if it's a day to day office operating cost, then are you going to book it under other expense or under administrative expense?
Ma'am, it could be a administrative expense as in printing and stationery expense.
Yeah, because it's a routine expense, right? It's your day to day activities. It includes in your day to day activities. So stationery GL will be created under other expenses, not under other expense.
Okay.
So my stationery GL number will be 5100. So stationery GL is defined. We already have a cash GL, right, as 2300. So first of all, let's create our stationery GL. And to create your stationery GL, the T code is FS00. Our company code is
It is zero.
TG01. Okay. So let's go to create. GL account number is 5100. Company code is TG01. GL account type will be primary cost or revenue. Accounting account group will be administrative expense. Short text will be stationery GL. Long text same stationery GL for a company code TG01. Go to control data. Now here in control data, let's mention our sort key, that is 001. Cost element category as a 01, that is for primary cost or cost reducing revenues. Go to create bank and interest, and fill status group as it's an expense GL. So fill status group will be G004 and save it. So here my stationery GL under administrative expenses created. Now let's come back to the vendor. So here also let's say let's just assume we have 3 vendors. Okay. Uh, Alpha Raw Materials Private Limited, then Delta Industrial Traders, and Light Office Supplies. Okay, so we have these 3 vendors here with us. Now, if let's say if you are purchasing stationery from Elite Office Supplies, so you are going to book entry as stationery account debit to Elite Office Supplies credit, right? So that that particular vendor account will be reflected in our balance sheet, right, under our liability. So are you going to treat that individual vendor as a part of your liability account, or you are going to sum up with any other accounts there?
We will create an creditor accounts in that we will give as this business partner to this all three.
Exactly. So here we'll create one creditors GL, okay, under our liability account only. Why? Just because we need to show the total amount a company owes to our each and every vendor, not to any particular vendor. Okay. So instead of posting directly to the GL, what SAP will do? SAP will post to vendor account first, and then system will automatically update our creditors GL, means our vendor reconciliation GL here. Here how it worked for the debtors, right? In the same way for creditors also it is going to work. So instead of creating an individual vendor as a GL, we'll create the creditors GL. So it shows us here total amount a company owes to all vendors. Okay, and here in SAP, our creditors GL will be termed as a vendor reconciliation GL. Okay, so here we need to create our creditors GL. So here how creditors GL will work. Now all our vendors will be maintained in our sub ledger only, our vendor ledger. How we have our customer ledger, in the same way we will have a vendor ledger. So all our vendors will be maintained in our sub ledger. Why? Because in future we need to check our individual vendor account also, like in individual vendor how much is the payable amount is left, right? So just to ensure our financial statement remains accurate, what SAP do here, SAP uses this reconciliation account. Otherwise, you can check your individual vendor account as well in the sub ledger. Now comes under which group you can create your creditors GL.
But
Yes,
Trade payable.
yes, exactly.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Trade payables.
creditors GL number will be 1500. So let's create our creditors GL. Create GL account number 1500, company code TG01. Now here in type in description, GL account type will be balance sheet. Account group will be trade payables. Short text will be creditors GL. Long text creditors GL for a company code TG01. Now here in the control data, which are the mandatory fields to be mentioned here if you create any reconciliation GL?
Recon account for account type.
Yes, so here we'll mention that this reconciliation account we are creating for which kind of account. So it is for vendors. Other mandatory things are, sorry,
Sort key.
sort key. Yes, so here we are using sort key as 001, that is as per the posting date. Go to create bank and interest. Your fill status group for any reconciliation GL will be G067 and save it. So with this our GL accounts are created. Now we'll come to this configuration for the vendors. So now if I want to create these three vendors, then here also we need a vendor group. Okay, why do we need vendor group? Same purpose, like why we created customer group, with the same purpose we have to create vendor group also. Because here in our system, here in our company, we'll have multiple type of vendors, right? So here this vendor group will be used to organize our vendor into specific categories. Okay, like let's say all our domestic vendors will be in one group, all our foreign vendors will be there in another group, right? All our one time vendors will be another in the third group. So just to categorize the similar kind of vendors in a group, we do create this vendor group over here. And to create your vendor group, the T code is OBD3. So here when okay, let me note it down. So vendor group is used to organize vendors into categories such as foreign vendors, then we can see domestic vendors, okay, and etc. So for this reason we do create a vendor group, and here also to create a vendor group we have to give a unique code. Okay, so here up to 4 elements it's allowed, so I'm using it as a TG0K. TG01 is our company code, so TG0 and K stands for vendors. So let's go to OBD3 to create all our vendors over there. Sorry, vendor group over there. Go to new entry. Account group. So here I'm creating my vendor account group as TG0K, meaning it's a vendor group for a company code TG01. Enter. Here I'm getting an error in the status bar marked with a yellow triangle. So just press enter and save this. So with this, my vendor group is created. This is a vendor group, domestic vendor group is created. Now here in this particular vendor group, will be have multiple vendors, right? Multiple domestic vendors will be there, and each and every vendor will be given a unique code there. So to give this unique code, to give that vendor ID to them, we need to pick or we need to define a number range to this particular vendor group. And for that, we need to use a T code XKN1. So let's go to XKN1. Here also go to any interval tab. Pick any number range which you want to assign. So here I want to assign a number range, let's say 05, that is starting from 23301 and ends at 59999, and up to 23305 it is used. So just keep in your mind we want to use a number range 05. Go back. go to a T code OBAS where we can assign number range to our vendor group. Go to position and search for your account group, means your vendor account group, TG0K. Which number range we have to assign here? Yes, so let's pick here 05 and save this. So here vendor group is created and also we have assigned a number range to our vendor group. Now comes, yeah, up to this, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you guys remember, while doing the accounts receivable configuration, we have created our BP group. What is the work to create BP group here? Just so that our system can store all this general data over there. But now, as I told you earlier, BP group will be only one. Okay, for all your vendors, for all your customers and employees, everyone will be using the same BP group. So this time we don't need to create BP group as it is already created. So we have to skip this part. Okay, what we need to do, BP group we already have, but earlier we have assigned it with the customer group. This time we have to assign it with our vendor group. So let's assign our BP group with the vendor group. Path is almost same. Okay, so let's follow the path. Path is SPRO, IMG, cross application components, master data synchronization, customer vendor integration, business partner settings, settings for vendor integration, field assignment for vendor integration, assign keys, and the very first is define number assignment for direction BP to vendor. Execute it. Go to new entry. In the first column, that is of grouping column, mention your BP group, that is TG01. And in the third column, that is a group column of account group, mention your vendor account group, that is TG0K. Press enter. System will fetch the names of BP group as well as your vendor group and save this. So now we are all ready to create our vendors. We have enough configuration done to create our vendors in our system. So to create your vendor, here also we have to use the same T code, BP only. So let's use the same here as we are creating business partners only. So first here also we need to create BP ID and then we will create our vendor ID there. So let's create these 3 vendors in our system. Okay, so let's go to BP. Go to organization. Now, first of all, we have to mention that under which BP group we are creating this vendors. So here in the grouping tab, mention your BP group TG01. Title, it's a company. Name, so what is the name of our vendor? So it's Alpha Raw Materials Private Limited. Copy the same name in the search term also. Now here in the street address, just a second. Yeah, now in the street address tab, you have to mention any random address of our company. So it's not necessary to have a specific one. Let's mention as a Business Park Tower. Number, house number 21, postal code, it's let's use 40069. City, it's Mumbai. Country, India. Region will be 13, that is for Maharashtra. PO box number, any random 6-digit numbers. Postal code 4000069. Mention your language as in English. Any random phone number we can mention as of now. And mail ID, let's mention it as alpha@gmail.com. And save this. The moment we save here we'll get a business partner ID as 713. So my BP ID is generated. Now I want to make sure that the business partner which I created, right, that business partner has a role of our vendor in our company. He is not a customer. This business partner is not a customer, he is a vendor. So to extend your BP role as a vendor role, we need to change the role code. Change the role to FLVN00. As of now, which role we are using here? We are using business partner, or we can say general role, and the role code is 000000. Now which role we want? We want a role of vendor. So here also click on this edit option. Go to this drop down, change in a BP role, go to the drop down and search for the vendor role FLVN00. Here it is. You will get your company code option, click on it. So my company code is TG01. Enter and mention your reconciliation account. So whatever entries we book, whatever payables are there for Alpha Raw Materials, it will be reflected in your creditors GL. And my creditors GL number is 1500. And save this. The moment I will save, here you can see supplier, it is written as an internal. Here the number will get generated. So let's save this. So here our supplier number, our vendor ID is generated as 23302. So here it is done. Now let's create our another vendor, Delta Industrial Traders. With the same process we need to create. Go to organization, title as a company, name as a Delta Industrial Traders. Copy the same name in this search term. You can give any random street address number over there. So let's give a number as CG Road 402, postal code 3809, city Ahmedabad, country India. Ahmedabad belongs to Gujarat, so your region code will be 6. Mention PO box number, any random 6-digit number. Postal code as 38009. Language as in English. Mention any random 6-digit number. Mobile number. And email ID is any random delta@gmail.com. And save this. So here our business partner ID is generated as 714. Now let's make sure that this BP, this business partner, is our vendor or customer. So let's define that it's a vendor of our company. So extend our BP role to FLVN00. Click on edit. Extend your role code to FLVN00. Mention your company, go to company code and mention your company code TG01. Enter and assign your reconciliation account 1500. That's a creditors GL. And save it. So here our supplier number gets generated as 23303. So now if you have noticed the structure of our BP, right, what we did first, we created the general data role, right, means our business partner role as a general role. Then if this particular business partner is a customer, then we assign this FLCU00 role. But if this business partner is our vendor, then we assign FLVN00 role code, right? Now what if this business partner is there, right? This business partner is your company's customer as well as your vendor also. Then what we can do in this scenario?
We can keep the business partner same for both customer and vendor. Like we will extend the role as customer as well as vendor.
Yeah. So let's do the same thing in the third vendor. Okay, so first of all, let's create this business partner as Elite Office Supplies. The same process. Go to organization. Grouping is already mentioned. BP role is which role? It shows as a general role, that is the business partner role. Then let's mention our title as a company, name as a Elite Office Supplies. Copy with the search term as well. Mention any random street address. Sector 62, house number 15, postal code 201309, city Noida, country India, and region will be UP, so 24. PO box any random 6-digit number, postal code 201309, telephone mobile number any random number we can mention as of now. Email ID, let's say an elite@gmail.com, and save this. So here general data of our business partner is maintained and the ID is also generated as 715. Now this particular business partner is our vendor. So first of all, let's assign the vendor role, FLVN00. So go to edit, change your BP role to FLVN00, that is for the vendor. Go to company code. Mention for which company code this vendor we have created. So it is for TG01. And mention your reconciliation account, that is 1500, your creditors GL, and save this. So this Elite Office Supply is create. First edit the standard address. So here we can see with this our Elite Office Supply is created as a vendor, as your vendor ID is generated as 23304. Now this particular vendor also plays a role of our customer in our company. So what we'll do here, in a BP role, this role is FLVN00, right? So let's switch this role code to FLCU00, that is for customer role. So mention FLCU00, mention your company code TG01. Now as it's a customer, right? So customer total will be reflected in which reconciliation GL? In the debtors GL, right? So here in the reconciliation account, go to the search option and pick your debtors GL and save this. So here under customer field, you can see one customer ID is generated as 2012 here. So this particular business partner plays a role of your customer as well as your vendor, but both will have a unique code over there. Clear how to make your business partner as your vendor and your customer? Just you have to extend the roles over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So with this, we have all the three vendors with us. So now if we want to proceed the process of purchasing, we can do it. So what if I want to purchase stationery from Alpha Raw Materials on a credit? So I need, what is the first thing we need to do is we need to book an invoice. Means vendor is going to send us an invoice, right? That this much goods we have sent to you. Okay, so you need to pay, let's say 50,000 to us. So kind of bill this sent to the company. So when we receive an incoming invoice, we need to book that invoice with a T code FB60. Vendor invoice, or you can say incoming invoice. Okay. So now I'm booking this invoice. Here we are purchasing stationery. So stationery account will be debited and Alpha Raw Materials will be credited. With the amount of rupees 50,000. So let's go to FB60. First of all, you need to check what it is written here. It is written as enter vendor invoice for which company code TG01. If your company code is not ours, then we need to make sure it should be ours while using this switch company code option. Mention your supplier ID. So for which supplier we are booking this invoice. So I'm booking this for Alpha Raw Materials. Invoice date will be today's date as we don't have any physical invoice with us. So reference means bill number. So I'm giving a bill number as VBill01. Document type, it reflects it as it is KR. That means it's a vendor invoice. Amount. So this invoice is booked with the amount with 50,000. Now here we have mentioned our credit details, right? Credit is our vendor, that has been mentioned. Now debit is what? Debit is going to be our GL. So here for the GL column, we have to mention our stationery GL 5100 will be debited with the amount of rupees 50,000. Now here we are making an expense, right? So we need to book it under our cost center. We need to reflect that this expense is happening under which department. So I'm mentioning here as a Chennai Finance. Enter. So here address of our vendor is fetched. Balance is also marked as a 0, so there is no difference in the debit credit balance. GL is also been tick marked, so there is no error with the GL also. So let's go to simulate. So document type refers as KR, that means it's a vendor invoice. Document date today's date. Reference document is VBill1. Currency we are using INR. Company code is TG01. Posting date today's date. Fiscal year is 2026. Period is 3rd. Okay, so earlier we were using April to March, right? But now as the server is changed and I've done a new configuration, so by mistakenly I assigned the period as means fiscal year as Jan to December. So now period is showing 3 months, it's a month of March. Now comes posting key. Earlier we have seen posting key, right, while doing the GL posting. So at that time we have seen 40 and 50. Then while doing the customer postings, right, at that time we have seen posting key as a 0, 1, 15, 11 and all. Now once again posting keys are getting changed. For what it is changed? Only for your vendor account. So whenever your vendor gets credit, posting key will be defined as 31. But if any GL gets debit, posting key will be 40. So 23302 is your vendor ID for Alpha Raw Materials. 5100 is a stationery GL account number. So Alpha Raw Material account gets credited with 50,000 and stationery GL gets debited with 50,000 and post it. So one document number gets generated as 1900. So So with this, our invoice is booked. Now whether this invoice is booked and what is the status of this invoice, what is the total payable amount for Alpha Raw Materials, if we want to check, we need to use our vendor ledger. And to check your vendor ledger, the T code is FPL1N. So let's go to FPL1N. Mention your company code and mention for which vendor we want to check our ledger. So I want to check it for Alpha Raw Materials and execute. So for Alpha Raw Materials, you can see only one transaction is booked. This transaction is also vendor invoice that we can identify with the document type KR. And here you can see the total payable amount is showing as a 50,000 from this vendor. And here the status is also shown as open status. Means until and unless we don't clear the account of Alpha Raw Materials, means until and unless we don't make a payment to Alpha Raw Materials, this entry will be reflected as an open entry only. So this is how you can book an invoice, any incoming invoice in your system. Any doubt?